Welcome back to InnerCircle,
where we talk about faith, family, finance, and friendship.
So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on all social media platforms.
And make sure to turn your notifications on to be notified whenever we post new content. Now straight to the episode.
Hey guys.
Hi.
It's Heaven.
And Nyja. What?
And welcome back to InnerCircle, because you starting that.
What I'm
and
starting?
Now they did all of that singing and stuff.
Girl, I wasn't even singing for real.
And now they gonna say something. I don't want to hear it no more.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
If you didn't want to hear it, you would comply.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of received that a little bit differently.
What did you hear?
Just like in life in general, if you don't want to keep hearing the same stuff, just go and do what you're supposed to do now.
Comply.
Yeah, but I'm hard-headed, so I ain't doing that.
Oh, not that you openly confess with your mouth.
I think sometimes you should openly confess and say, I ain't gonna be able to do that.
I'm not on that train. I ain't finna go down that bus today, because that ain't me. I'm a new creature.
That's good.
Oh, you supposed to say me too.
I was, right?
What is going on? What is going on?
I'm still listening.
Oh my gosh.
I am getting there. Okay.
Ask me how I'm doing.
How are you?
Why I gotta coach you today? What's going on?
It's like you're selfish in your mind.
In your mind. In your mind and the heart.
Hey, what's going on?
Turn
from your wicked ways. No. How are you?
No, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
Have you ever noticed that when you go on vacation to rest, you actually need a vacation from the vacation? Is that like a normal thing?
Well, and that's crazy because I was just having this conversation about vacationing. I don't necessarily need a rest after vacation.
I can't relate.
I know, but we vacation a lot differently than one another. Like, you be wanting to kind of be chilling.
What is a vacation, Heaven?
I be wanting to be outdoors.
That's not vacationing.
I know. But like, if we go to a different country, if I go out of town, I want to see the out of town. I want to experience the different things, because I'm like, no, not really. I'm like, I could lay in the bed at my own house.
And see, now I have to plan differently.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I used to hear the old season saints of God just be like, the older, when you hit 25, you hit 35, close you get to 40, like things start. I'm starting to feel what they were talking about.
You starting to feel aged?
See, respect it. Don't try me.
Okay. No, I just was trying to see something.
Don't play with me.
I was trying to see something. Okay.
What I'm saying is, like, I have to build in rest time after vacation. I've never had to do that. I used to be able to like go on vacation for 3 days and be like, yay. Now I'm like, I want to lay down in my bed.
I think if I experienced more at home, like got out more at home, I probably wouldn't feel that way when I go on vacation.
You always say that, but I don't know if that's true. I'm not, and I can't attest to it if that's true or not, but I don't think that that's true. And I've thought about that because we have gone to Orlando, we've gone to Louisiana, we've gone to different places. Even now, like, your birthday is approaching, and I'm really trying to like gather my mind to say, you're not gonna get no rest, so don't even expect it.
I don't like that, because I told y'all I ain't want to do nothing, and then y'all done playing all this stuff, and I'm like, well, we outside.
Right, and I'm here for it, sister. I am. What I'm saying is, I have to build in an extra day after any vacation that is being established. It doesn't matter if it's a couple's vacation. It doesn't matter if, because we got this thing. Brandy and Monica got this concert going on. We finna be in the building.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
But that's not vacation.
It is. And maybe this is, and I'm not shading, right? I think that's where our differences come into play. Like, I don't have children. I don't have a husband. I don't have as many businesses as you. So I think that you take the time when you go on vacation to just lock in and be like, I'm not thinking about those things. I'm chilling. Me, I've been like, I need to do something. Like I always have to do something. I think about it in real time at home. I'm like, I need to be doing something.
What you got to be doing?
It be something.
What's the something?
Something. Because I feel I'm at home. I'm not doing anything. I'm by myself. I'm like, okay, I need to be figuring out something to do.
You know what? And you young too.
Right. That's what it is. That's what I said. I think that's where our age difference now is coming. I mean, in a couple of seconds, we'll be in the same decade, not right now. We're not.
Like we were in our 20s together? Okay, our 20s. So that kind of made sense.
Right.
Now I'm like, baby 37 saying hello.
It's not. It is a whole nother 6 months. 7, 6. Whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. It's still, but I don't know what that is. And I'm embracing it.
I think that you should.
I think I schedule differently. So if we're going on vacation from Friday to Sunday or from Thursday to Monday, I need to build in an extra 2 days.
I understand.
Don't call, text, tweet, smoke, sit, no nothing. Because now I'm actually vacationing. So I can't really call that vacation no more. What can we call it? What can I call it? Because that's not a vacation. Is relaxation to me.
Right. And I don't feel that way. Because I can relax at home.
And then some people say that usually if you feel like you have to take a vacation from your life, then you need to change your life.
Uh-oh. So maybe I need one. Give me 1 second. Because maybe I need to. So if I carry the one, I think I might need to change my life.
No, I heard that. So I think I don't know what I was watching. I won't lie. But I remember that statement was like, first of all, like vacations, they said they absolutely love their life. They don't necessarily take vacations because to take a vacation means you need a break from something to get away from it to then go back into it again. And so if you're having to take a vacation, you're looking forward to that means you're not really enjoying your current life.
I mean, if we take it a little bit deeper, I think when we go out and when we go to different countries or cruise or whatever that looks like, I don't think it's taking a break from your real life. I think it's just experiencing, well, I'm going to speak for me, just experiencing more than just, we live in Florida. We've been living here all our life.
Right. And so this is vacation state.
You understand what I'm saying?
Many, right? We actually live in a vacation area. I agree with you. I feel like from my perspective, vacation doesn't mean like I'm taking a break from what I'm doing and because I don't want to do it anymore. It's because there's a whole world out there that I have never seen before. So I want to experience different culture, different life or whatever to vacation in that capacity. Yeah. But I actually really love what we do.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I always say, I'm like, I always want a home in Florida. But and we talk about this all the time, I have to get out of Florida. Like, meaning
I gotta go.
Like,
I gotta go.
I don't know what anything looks like. I don't know how anyone else lives. I don't know how they walk, talk, breathe. Like, it's an entire world out here. And I'm stuck in Florida. I feel like business opportunities, lifestyle, just so much more is outside of Florida. But to take it deeper, I have to be honest and say I'm scared.
Can I be honest with you? I'm just looking around at the people that are like around in my life. And most of them who have taken up their family or just them in general and moved from their hometown are thriving.
I agree.
And I'm not a transplant. I've been in Florida all my life. So I just really feel like I need to get up out of Florida.
I feel the same way. But the reason why I said I'm scared is because I'm scared I'm going to love it.
I'm not.
And I mean that meaning like, because I always say I'm going to have a home in Florida. I'm going to always come back.
Yeah, for sure. This will always be home.
I'm afraid, not really afraid, that I'm going to leave and be like, I should have been gone.
You know what I'm afraid of? The Lord going to be like, no. That's what I'm afraid of.
That's what you said. We like, no, you're not. Lord, I want to go to Georgia.
No. Right. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't want his answer to be no. Like, that's what I would love to pick up. And my husband and I talk about this now. Now, a couple years ago when all the kids was little and, we had everybody in school, then it was like, okay, so not the season. But I am like earnestly praying like, Lord, please.
I randomly, when I went to dinner with my cousin, I told you this, and my mom, and just random, I was like, so how would y'all feel if I just up and move to California? And they said, give me 1 second. Can I get another drink? Because I don't know what she's talking about. And And I was like, no, I'm being serious. Like, how would y'all feel? And they were like, well, I guess we would be okay with that. But where did that come from?
Yeah.
I am in such an advocate for making sure that the people around you know, not necessarily, I don't have to agree with it, but know that these are my plans.
Desires.
If one day I get up and I say, all right, I'm not going to see y'all.
Yeah.
I don't want any surprises.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm not being shady when I say this, everyone that I know that lives in Florida that is in my circle, kind of stagnant. They're normal people to say, and I don't feel like we're normal.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much more that our gifts and our talents and the things that God has placed in us is not just in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been living that way. You know, I told you I had my bags packed. It was me and Makai at the time, and I had the apartment already secured. I had his school already ready to go. I had like a job that was lined up for me, baby money saved. Like I was ready to get out. And then, no, I'm serious.
Yes.
And then, I mean, if the Lord could have put down, I mean, everything stopped. I mean, liquidated. It was some stuff that happened. I said, I don't even think I prayed and asked you, can I go? I was
like, you
go.
could have really just told me a different way.
You
all
could
this
have
hell
told
ain't
me.
have to break loose. Like,
you could have told me. You could have told me a different way, and I would have been mad. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
But I would have stayed. And so he said, I'm gonna make sure
that you can't go nowhere.
And so I didn't. And then after that, after looking back, I'm like, I'm happy that things happened the way that they happened, because I got more time with my mom. Like it was a lot of things that transpired, but the desire never left.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, my only reservation and fear is like, Lord, please.
Yeah.
I just
told
want to.
I was watching, I know I'm always I was watching a podcast or interview or something, because I'm always like, there's more out here. So let me hear other people's perspectives. And maybe I told this story before, I don't know. But Taraji P. Henson said she took $700, and we can't do that now. Because $700 ain't gonna get me nowhere, not even a bus ticket or a plane ticket. Not nowhere. But back in her day, and she had a child. I don't have, the child that I do have can stay with, like, we all know that she's not actually my child. So we're raising as a collective.
Yeah.
So she can stay and be where she is. But she said, and she was in her 20s.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm about to go. And in my head, I'm like, I got a lot more than $700. I could just go. And so that's what the other day I said, sis, how can I figure out this house situation? Because I just bought it. Like, what is, all of these details come in, and then you're like, okay, now I'm overwhelmed. Now I don't want to go.
Yeah. I would love to have her on a podcast.
I know.
She is I just finished watching Straw.
Oh, you finally?
When you said that, yeah, I just finished watching it. And when you said that, I'm like, had she not, but what was it that said, I don't care? Like, was it nothing? Was she pushed out to do it? Was it comfortable? And she said, you know what? I'm gonna try something different and new. Like, how
She had a child.
Yeah, she has a child, but
And she said he was the driver. A lot of people say that your children are
your
the
driving force.
I'm my driving force.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta make it happen, because if I don't, I'm gonna still be here 20 years later, say I never decided to make that move. I think changing the perspective of whether it turns out good, great, bad, or not good at all, you took the leap.
You know what I just thought about? And he not gonna get on the mic, but we gonna just talk about it real quick. Our producer, who was planning on going to a different place, right? Just shake your head. Going to a different place.
Yeah.
Right? In the process of picking up and going, it was redirected, but it was still
Exactly.
So I'm like, is that something that you just like, okay, Lord, you're led to do something else? Or because I just don't know.
I think we're both in the same predicament of we don't know where, but we hear all the stories of, I had this plan and this is what I wanted to do. And the Lord said, well, this is your plan, but this is mine for your
but
life.
my plan was you staying here. It wasn't even, okay, well, not Georgia, but you going to go
But
to
it could've
Nebraska.
just
Not
been-
Nebraska, Lord.
I don't know where that's at. Well, I do, but I'm like, who is there? Like, don't even worry about that. It could have just been in that season. It wasn't your time to go. Like, now you have a lot more family. You're married now. Like, things look a lot different.
Yeah.
So you could be like, all right, everybody, let's get up and let's move.
No, that's what it would be.
Yeah. And so for me, it's kind of not the same, but I don't have anybody that I have to say, okay, what, like, everybody is on the same page with you. It's just me to say, Heaven, let's go. But I'm terrified because it's just me. There'll be no one in the sense to be like, we doing this together.
I understand.
You understand? It's like you gonna be wherever I am by myself. I'm not gonna know nobody. And I thought about when I went to Georgia last year, and in my mind I was like, this is it for me. I'm like, no, I don't feel like that's it either.
And I think a bird's eye view of yours, I'm like excited for you because that is the best place to be. You don't have anyone or that depends on you to say, okay, so I want to do this, but I have to be considerate of.
Right.
You don't have to be considerate of you other than the Holy Spirit that's leading and guiding you. And so because of that reason, it's like, yeah, have fear, but no, use that as fuel. Run
for the hills.
Run.
Yeah.
Run. But yeah, I do. If I could, I definitely would like a house in like Texas, the Carolinas, love that. Definitely Georgia. I still ain't never seen snow, y'all.
Oh, that is
y'all
a big problem.
Who live in like the states that snow, just put it in a Ziploc bag for me and like mail it to me.
It's gonna be water.
No, you can't freeze it.
I promise you, when it gets here, it's gonna be water. And it's gonna be dirty water. I feel like, so here's what I think. Like, once we do, because we don't feel this way just because. I feel like there will be a moment where there is a time where like, okay, it's gonna happen. I think what brings me joy, because in the past I was like, oh my God, I'm sad. Like, we're not gonna live in the same. What brings me joy is I'll be able to experience what you're experiencing. You'll be able to experience what it will be a whole, every time I go see you, it'll be a whole new world.
I just want you to experience me outside of Florida though.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not, because we know this experience here. I'm saying wherever you are, I'll be like, I'm coming and that's a whole different experience. Wherever I am, it'll be a whole different experience. My prayer is that whatever businesses, that is purposeful. That we're not just doing it because we lived in Florida for this amount of time. We just want to get out.
But that's the reason why I'm very slow to do or make any decisions. My husband and I, we talk about it, pray about it, but we ain't no fools.
Right.
You know, you count the costs, you pray about it, because you can go on your own will and be out of the will of God, and then you making your life much harder than it had to be. And so because of responsibilities, because of the things that we're overcoming and getting through and our children's lives and all that things, we have to count the costs. And so it would definitely have to be a God move. Yeah. For sure.
I think anything to bring up God moves, you have to consult, or then you're looking like, how did I get here?
But that's what I'm saying. In the season I'm in now, I'm not even, and I want to word this the correct way. The way that the word describes and says that the blessings of the Lord make one rich and add no sorrow. And when you're in alignment with him, the blessings come and they chase you down. I don't want to ask for something that I don't know what I'm asking for, like a specific place or whatever. I want, the desire it's like, why do I have the desire to be, you understand what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think that, I believe it's going to happen, but I'm not sure. But if it doesn't, I'm in a place where I'm like, okay.
You're okay with it.
Yeah.
But I also think it's important to still travel and see what's out there.
Oh, that's why I take vacation.
Right.
And then take a nap after vacation.
Even if the Lord is like, no, daughter, I need you here to fulfill something here. So I was watching, here we go again.
Another podcast.
Right. Well, it was a sermon this time.
Okay.
And they were like, I don't think you guys understand how important your birthday is. And I said, I didn't think that we all be like, oh my God, it's my birthday. But he said something in the earth needed you. That's why the Lord said, now today you need to be born. And so I just think about that as in the aspect of, here's my birthday. Here's the day I needed to be born. But then there's a cycle in my life where it's like, the Lord says, okay, you did well here. Now I'm going to move you here. And I just want to be in his will when he say, now daughter, now I'm going to move you here. Not me just wanting to, not because I'm sick of my family and I'm sick. No. Because you did the work that I assigned you to do here. And now it's time for you to shift and do greater where I'm putting you at.
And if you're not in position to do what your assignment was, then woe unto you, because you supposedly doing the work in Tampa and you all the way in Jamaica. What you doing in Jamaica?
Because you don't even, please. You just want to be on them little things that they be doing on Instagram. That's it.
What the little things?
What's the little, I don't want to say the wrong thing. When they go on vacation, they be on them little wooden boats and they be laying back and they be getting all that the clay on them
and get a massage.
That's what they want to do. They don't. You don't even belong there.
Right, for a momentary time, but you there, you done live, you done picked up and live.
And you don't belong there.
You supposed to be preaching the word over here.
Is what I'm telling. Not in Jamaica. I don't want that. Now you distracted.
Right.
You ain't even preaching the word. You out there eating jerk chicken. I don't want that for me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want that. I want a vacation there, but I don't want to be stationary there because it feels good to me.
Yeah. You know what, you said something too when we first started. You was like, we have been raised in Florida. For some who do stay in Nebraska, well, you say you don't know where they at.
I don't know.
In Nebraska or in Wisconsin. I'm just naming these places that we've never had on our bucket list. And
I ain't going there, but you can go ahead and go. I ain't gonna be able to do that. Unless it's a job opportunity, Wisconsin, I'ma see you.
Listen, right. So we have been raised in a state where for some, this is their dream. We have Orlando that's an hour away. You have Miami. You have
Clearwater,
all the Clearwater, St. Pete. You have Siesta Key.
Yes.
Like, we're surrounded by beautiful beaches and sand. And this is customary for us.
Yeah.
We don't even see it as a vacation state. We see this as home. And it's not until you leave home, you can't miss home because you always been home.
Right.
And I don't know if that's a good thing or if it's the way that I don't know how to receive that. I don't know how to.
I think we should ask, I think a lot of people that we're surrounded by, this is not their home.
All of them transplants.
My mama not even from here.
Everybody is transplant. My family is from Sarasota.
Right.
Like we have, this is my home for real.
I mean, when I talk to my mom about moving from New York, and a lot of people that I hear moving from New York, they say you can't raise a family there. And Florida is a place where you can raise a family. You're not worried about, I mean, that's a different perspective because we would say, it depends on what part of Florida you at, right? But I think it's the perspective of, this is how I grew up. My mom grew up in the projects. My mom grew up where they needed food, like different situations where you made this money, but you could afford to stay here. Like typically when you're in New York, people stay in brownstones and the whole family is living together. Like she just wanted to get out and see and she went to Georgia first.
Okay.
And we talking about, if we want to be real, she didn't just find herself in Florida. She went to Georgia first. That's where I was born. We was there for a little bit and then came to Florida. And this has been her stationary life for 20 years. But I want to ask her, is this it?
You said for 20 years?
Yeah. Well, a little bit over 20 years.
You been here all your life?
No, that's why I said a little bit over.
You said that when you were 7, since you were 7, because you about to be 28. Well, so I'm just trying to do the math.
Well, I forgot for a second. Give me 1 second.
Trying to do. I said
she was in Georgia. She had me. I was not there long.
Okay,
probably a year or some change. That's why I don't even count Georgia as my home. But then she came to Florida and she's been here almost 30 years. There you go. Whatever. But I want to ask her: does this feel like this is it? Do you still want to go see more? Do you want to be surrounded more? Or do you feel like I came to Florida and this was it?
Yeah.
Because then that would be a question for us. And not that I'm trying to think that far. I'm just looking at the whole picture. Like, if we did decide to move, what 30 years later would we be like, I think it's time again? Or would we be
go
like,
back home?
Yeah.
And see, I want the option to say,
to
go back home instead of, dang, I wish I would have went somewhere else, is my point. My husband is from Chicago.
Right.
And the same situation is not a place to raise a family, or, you know what I mean? And especially our little brown boys and all those things. And so he moved down here after his sister went to college. That's another thing too. It's like I had a full ride to go to South Carolina. Full ride. I said, no, I'm going to stay here. And I didn't, right? Fearful, scared, not really knowing. We've been here all my life, been raised with my mama, like, I'm just gonna stay. And so I'm like, dang, what if I would have went to college, like out of the state? Like, what if I would have did something else and I didn't do it? And so now I'm like, well, it ain't never too late.
Right.
But those are the moments and experiences that you have when you are from a different state. The fact that you did it, you can say, I did it and this was amazing, or I just kept moving till I found whatever it was. Like, but it is in the picking up and moving. Like Abraham.
Hello.
Pick up your stuff, take your family and go. And I'm going to show you when. I'm gonna show you is what be having me like,
Yeah.
because there was no plan. The plan was God. And so that is where the faith lies in. It's like you're not comfortable in that aspect of saying, I know we going, I know the plan. We got a bankroll full of money. Mm-hmm. You don't have all of the things. You have your family and the word of God.
That's it.
And the promise that he will never leave you, forsake you, and your seed ain't never gonna be begging bread. That's all you got. And so it's like, are you saying you want to go, but you really gonna go?
Do you really?
Even the powerful churches that are starting,
yeah,
and that are called by God, they picked up and went.
So I guess, I heard you say you don't. What if? And I feel like not a lot of my life, but sometimes I sit and I think of the what ifs. What if I would have finished college? Mm-hmm. What if I would have bought my house this time? What if we would have stayed in Georgia? What would my life look like? And then I take it and I'm like, well, I wouldn't have everything that I have now.
No, because if I would have went to college, we probably wouldn't have IHP.
It wouldn't be a thing. Right. Yeah. It wouldn't be a thing. So I'm grateful for what we have now, what we experience now. But I just know there's more.
Yeah, I do too. And we got to figure out a way to talk to our producer and do monthly recording sessions.
Yeah, because it'll be deeper than we just moved. It's like, all right, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go to you and then we're going to go here and then we're going to try to make it work. And it's a lot that is inside of I'm just going to move, you know?
Yeah. But I feel like because we're talking about it and 2 or 3 are gathered in his name that, you just never know.
Amen.
I'm excited though.
Me too. Well, so in herself, she's about to move. No, I'm joking.
You need a check. Like, I don't think something is all the way wrapped. I told you I'm going
to the doctor before we started now.
You got to go to the doctor?
It's something ain't right.
Yeah, you need
I told you I'm going to get a check for me, not for nobody else. Anyway.
Oh my God.
In herself, she is loved.
In herself, she is beautiful.
In herself, she is strong.
And moving.
And moving. In herself, she is going on a plane.